HOA tried to ban my party guests. They're now facing civil rights charges. Have you ever been told who you can invite to your own home? For me, Marcus Jackson, that question became a battle cry in the summer of 2024, when my neighborhood HOA, led by the iron-fisted Karen Whitaker, tried to dictate my guest list for a backyard barbecue. What started as a simple celebration spiraled into a showdown that exposed their prejudice and landed them in hot water with civil rights charges. This is the story of how one party ignited a revolution against tyranny in Willow Creek Estates. It all began with an innocent plan: a barbecue to celebrate my promotion at work. I'd lived in Willow Creek, a tidy suburban enclave in Florida, for 3 years, paying my dues and keeping my lawn pristine to appease the HOA. My guest list was diverse coworkers, old college buddies, and neighbors, a mix of Black, Hispanic, Asian, and white folks. I sent out invites, rented a bounce house for the kids, and even notified the HOA as a courtesy, thinking I was playing by their rules. But Karen, the HOA president with a clipboard permanently glued to her hand, had other ideas. 2 days before the party, I got a certified letter demanding I cancel the event, citing concerns over excessive noise and unauthorized guests. The kicker? They claimed my guests might disrupt the community's aesthetic. I was livid. This wasn't about noisy, it was about who I'd invited. I called Karen, hoping to reason with her. Her voice dripped with condescension as she lectured me about maintaining property values and how certain types of gatherings weren't welcome. When I pressed her on what she meant by certain types, she stammered, then hung up. That's when I knew this was personal. I wasn't canceling my party. Instead, I posted about the situation on the neighborhood's private X group, expecting a few sympathetic likes. What I got was an avalanche of stories about Karen's reign of terror, fining people for wrong mailbox colors, banning kids' lemonade stands, and now targeting my guests. But there was a twist. An anonymous commenter, Willow Whistleblower, revealed Karen had emailed board members, explicitly complaining about the diversity of my guest list, calling it a risk to our image. Someone had leaked the email, and it was damning. The day of the party arrived, and my backyard buzzed with laughter, music, and the sizzle of burgers. My guests, 40 strong, were having a blast, kids bouncing in the inflatable castle, adults swapping stories under string lights. Then, like a storm cloud, Karen and 2 board members marched up my driveway, flanked by a private security guard they'd hired. She waved a new emergency rule, banning gatherings of more than 10 people without board approval. "Shut this down, Marcus, or we'll fine you $5,000 and lien your house," she barked, loud enough for everyone to hear. My guests fell silent, phones out, recording. I stepped forward, heart pounding, and said, "This is my property. You don't get to decide who I invite." The crowd cheered, but Karen's face twisted with rage. She ordered the guard to escort my guests out. That's when things went sideways. The guard hesitated, clearly uncomfortable, but Karen doubled down, screaming about trespassers. My neighbor, Rosa, a fiery abuela who'd brought her famous empanadas, wasn't having it. She got in Karen's face, shouting, "You can't bully us out of our homes." The tension snapped like a rubber band. Karen shoved Rosa, who stumbled but stayed upright, and the crowd erupted. Someone called the police, and within minutes, sirens wailed. Karen, thinking she'd won, spun a tale to the officers about unruly outsiders causing a disturbance. But my guests' videos told a different story. Karen's aggression, her slurs caught on tape, and the leaked email now circulating on X. The police didn't arrest anyone but warned Karen to back off. Defeated but unrepentant, she stormed away, vowing to end this. The next morning, I woke to a trashed front yard, smashed flower pots, overturned furniture, and a spray-painted NO party guest sign. Karen's doing? No proof, but the timing was suspect. I filed a police report and contacted a lawyer, Saringwin, who specialized in HOA disputes. Sarah's eyes lit up when she saw the email leak. This isn't just overreach, she said. It's discrimination, plain and simple, and it violates the Fair Housing Act. She explained that the act prohibits HOAs from discriminating based on race, color, or national origin, and Karen's actions targeting my diverse guest list fit the bill. We filed a complaint with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, and prepared a civil lawsuit citing emotional distress and property damage. The fallout was swift. HUD launched an investigation, and the leaked email went viral on X, sparking outrage. Local news picked up the story, dubbing Karen HOA Hitler. Residents organized a petition, gathering signatures from 80% of Willow Creek to dissolve the HOA's draconian rules, per Florida's new Homeowners Bill of Rights. At a packed emergency board meeting, Karen tried to defend herself, claiming her email was taken out of context. But Rosa, now a community hero, presented a bombshell. The Willow whistleblower was her grandson, a tech-savvy teen who'd hacked into the HOA's unsecured server. The crowd gasped, then roared with approval. Karen's allies on the board resigned, and she was ousted, her reputation in tatters. The civil rights charges piled up. HUD's findings confirmed discriminatory intent, and our lawsuit gained traction, seeking $100,000 in damages. Karen's life unraveled. Her real estate business tanked as clients fled, and her family distanced themselves, embarrassed by the headlines. She moved out of Willow Creek, her house sold at a loss. The HOA, now under new leadership, repealed the guest ban and adopted anti-discrimination policies. My barbecue became a symbol of resistance, and we held a second one, bigger, louder, and open to all. Neighbors who'd once stayed silent brought dishes, shared stories, and vowed to rebuild a community free of fear. Standing in my backyard, watching kids play and adults dance, I realized this fight wasn't just about a party. It was about freedom, fairness, and standing up to bullies who hide behind rules. Karen thought she could control us, but she underestimated our strength. Now, Willow Creek is a place where everyone's welcome, and that's a victory worth celebrating. What do you think? Did we go too far, or was this justice served? Share your thoughts on X and let's keep the conversation going.